Hello everybody, I am Samuel15, the Dragon Tamer here today, and welcome to Pokemon TCG Online. Now, today, we're going to take a look at the deck that I went to Regionals with, and that this past Fort Wayne, Indiana Regionals with, and, I did pretty bad. Um, the first round I faced, forgot his first name, but his last name was Boatman. He actually did end up going to day 2. He top 32 eventually. Yeah, he was actually playing the Virizion Genesect deck too, but without the Dragonite and the Raichu line. He was just playing a straight Virizion Genesect deck. He didn't play anything else, but just that. And he played very consistently, very straight. And as I found out, this deck loses to that deck simply because of consistency. They get their stuff out faster than me. They can hit harder than me, quicker than me. You know, even if I started first, which I did both games, he still took all 6 prizes first. I wasn't too much far behind him. I feel like that's where this deck has a problem with keeping up and finishing the game, especially in the sort of mirror. And just to let you guys know, this is the card for card list. This is exactly what it is. I actually I scrambled today to get every single card. I basically just obliterated my Landers deck, so you guys won't see that anymore. I'll be playing this because I actually traded away my Landers away in real life, so, I'm not even going to play that deck anymore in general, because I'm, number one, not really too comfortable with it, and number two, I didn't like it too much in the first place. So yeah, the second I played a Hydreigon deck. My opponent actually went 6-3. So he did not go to day two, but he was very close. He played Hydreigon deck, and he's like going, why does this deck lose to Hydreigon? You have Dragonite. There's no way you should lose to that deck. Well, one, he was playing Shadow Circle. Two, he played like 3 or 4 safeguards in the deck. Now he played 2 or 3, but still. And he played a Mega Kangaskhan. It's like, wow. It basically is a Puka's fairy deck, but just 10 times more consistent. That's really what it is. Not 10 times more consistent, but like 10 times less consistent, just with Hydreigon instead of Aromatisse. But he did very well with that deck. I didn't think that deck would go much farther than I thought. I just was being stupid. Actually, I did misplay a few times. That's honestly the only time I actually misplay the whole entire tournament. But oh well. The second matchup was against another Virizion Genesect. With basically the same deck build, but only this person was also playing Shaman in the deck. This person actually was not as good as Boatman, though. Just from playing him, I think I did take a game, but that's about it. That's the only thing I did. But like I said, this deck just kind of loses via consistency alone. That's just the problem. He wasn't playing Raichu either, so he'd just be able to get everything faster, and that was my problem. And then we went to lunch, which we ate at McDonald's because, well, I got it because I was waiting for a friend, and all the lines, by the time we were exiting the Fort Wayne Center to look for food, that was actually the McDonald's, which was all the way down there, was the only place that was full, that wasn't completely packed until it was halfway through the line. It got really packed too, and then people still had to go further fast food places. Seriously, think so. This was the largest regionals ever, and there was 700 people there in general. So you can imagine how many people were filling up the shop with the fast food places, So another trade was completed. Trading for a bunch of Cobalion stuff because I'm going to be playing that. But what else was I going to say? So, there's 3, 4, 5 fast food places, and McDonald's the 5th or 6th, and there's 2 more after that. And they're just skipping all these places because they were just so freaking filled. Even the bars were filled. Everywhere was filled. It was really good business. Be honest, for all those restaurants. So I will say that. But we went to McDonald's, even though I kind of wanted to go a few other places instead, but they were all filled to the brim, so we just went to McDonald's. No, there's nothing bad with McDonald's, but there's so many cool places there, you know, several places that I've never really seen before. But oh well. After lunch, I came back refreshed, and I said, you know what, I'm not going to go day 22, so this point I'm just deck testing. You know, I still played it out. I ended up drawing against some random EV deck, so it would be because we ran out of time. I would have been able to win the game in the next few turns, but that actually no, not really, because that was just the start of game 3. So I tied that deck, and then I beat. I don't remember what I beat the next deck, the next time. And then I can't remember if that was game 5 or game 6. I lost to a Power deck. But I know it was game 8. I also lost to another Power deck, so I ran into 2 Power decks. You know, my goal after the first 3 rounds was just to like maybe get 4 or 5 wins. That's my whole entire goal through the tournament. You know, it was like my mentality was like, if I go to day 32, yay, cool. But I didn't expect to do it, and I didn't, and I finished 3-1. 3 wins, 5 losses, and 1 draw. Yeah. So, and I kind of feel a little salty against my 2 losses against Pyro, because, you know, if I didn't face Pyro, I'm pretty sure I would have won because of the bottom tables. You know, I feel like I could take down half of people there because I know I'm actually really good. Just had some bad matchups and a bad deck choice in general. I actually have a funny story about one of my matchups. It was game 8 where I was really tired, and the pairings weren't working on the phone because, you know, they show you the pairings online. So I went to the paper register, and I saw it. I just kind of glanced at my name, went to the table. They say begin, facing plasma deck. That's awesome and everything. I have a somewhat decent matchup against that, and it wasn't a very good plasma deck. Okay, you know, because this person just got into the game. It's like, all right, cool, auto win, yay. And then 5 minutes pass. I finally got our sheets, you know. Because for anyone who's never been to a big tournament before, when you play these big tournaments, they hand you a sheet so you can like just circle who won, who lost, and give to the judge. Anyway, I was passed out mine. And then I realized I was at the wrong table. So I go to the right table after because it's best 2 out of 3. Because it's best 2 out of 3, you know, and I lose the first round, but I get to say who goes first, and it's like, of course, I want to go first. And then my opponent turns over, he has a Leo. I'm like, oh, seriously? It wouldn't even have mattered anyway, you know? I was like, alright, let's obliterate this noob. Unless he has power. I'm like, I feel like, and I'm like to him, like, alright, let's play this game. Just please don't tell me you don't have power. And like, he's like, maybe I'm playing Quad Toad. And this is what he said, that he knew that I was playing Verizian Genesect just by the smile on his face, and he knew. And I'm just going there like, oh, you're not playing Power Leo, so maybe. And he flipped over and he played Power. He's playing Lit Leo, but he wasn't kind of trying to be a little coy with it at first, you know. Like, I could play just some Charizards in here. So he's playing Lit Leo, and I just kind of got screwed over there. So anyway, that's my story of my regionals. This is my deck. And I'm actually going to, now we've got the funny stories out of the way, and we're going to continue talking about the deck. Now, I know it's spent like the last 8 minutes or so talking about my experience there, but let's talk about each and every single card and why they're in there, more or less. I played Mr. Mime because I feel like there's going to be a lot of Landorus decks, and actually 2 of the decks I beat were Landorus decks, so Mr. Mime was very handy in that. Yeah, that's what I beat. And another deck I beat in the final round was actually Buttermilk. I kid you not. Buttermilk. I was facing Buttermilk in the final round. Like, and like you say, even like the last, because this was the last game, you know, everyone was pretty much just kind of chill at this point. No one really gave no shenanigans. So, like, everyone was just kind of letting out what they had, and he was like, I'll give you a hint. I'm very weak to Pyro, but it's not exactly what you think it is. He's like, oh, okay, I think I have a good idea what you're playing. And then he's like, so I'm going to give you a hint. I'm weak to lightning. And then everyone's like, oh, Yveltal, no. And then like, we just kept guessing and guessing just stuff. Like, someone said like 4 tables, like 4 tables down, like, oh, Quadamolga? It's like, and he just laughs like, I did play that deck a few weeks ago to the League Challenge, but no. And then we just gave up, and then like he puts down Tornadoes and he puts down Butterfree, and I'm just laughing my butt off. It's like, really? He's like, come on, man, it's worthy. It's worthy. It's like, dude, come on, man. So anyway, getting on to the deck. Play 3 Dragonite because, well, this was a Dragonite deck and I wanted to make him the main focus. I decided to play Genesect in the last minute because, number 1, my friend was offering to do so. Number 2, I actually feel like Genesect is too good to live out a grass deck, in my opinion. It really is. You know, it has catcher ability, it hits for 100, it can hit for 200 with the G booster. It's just really good. That's why I put it there. And I'm running 2, just for consistency reasons. I was running 4 Virizion, just consistency reasons. Running a 2-2 Raichu line. I actually ended up regretting it when I was facing the Pyro deck because it was actually absolutely useless, and half the time I didn't even get it out when I needed to. So I just kind of was like, eh. You know, at this point I regret it, and like I was told not to play Raichu or not to play any stage 1s and this deck in general because, you know, I'm just gonna lose against Pyro anyway. You're basically playing any stage 2s to get rid of anything else that's very popular. And I didn't listen to them. I played Raichu instead of Bombastone or Budrik. I was thinking of playing one of those two, but I didn't think. But one of my friends, Cody Chrisman, as you guys know, was like, dude, if you do well enough, which I don't think you will, you shouldn't be able to worry about running into using Beartech because that's what those decks. Because that's what you need for the Beartech and the Landers, and those will be the bottom tables. And he was right, those were at the bottom tables. I ran into 2 of each. And Raichu was kind of useless. It was just useless in general, so... It was the only time I actually kind of used it was actually for free retreat, to be perfectly honest. That's really what I used it for. I used it for free retreat, and I used it against that Buttermilk deck. That's all I used it for. But Mr. Mime was more useful than Raichu. And I only used it to have my games. The energy retrieval to get my grass energy. I used 2 energy switch because if like I have like an energy stranded somewhere for some reason, as I bust in, I want to keep that energy on the Virizion, but I don't end up using it. That's why I do that. I didn't play Max Potion, and I kind of regret it. I didn't think I would need it because I would just use Scoop Up, but you know, if I had a choice, I would tell myself to take a Raichu and just put in more items to 2 Max Potion, or like another Scoop Up and another, just more stuff, really. That's really all it is. Professor's Literature shot my grass and my lightning energy, which is really important because even though I play 3, it doesn't feel like I run into them that much for some silly reason. Running Starting Megaphone because I run 4 different abilities in this deck, and you know, it's kind of nice to have them all. 3 Scoop Up just because, you know, I didn't think I would need 4. I just felt like 3 was enough. 2 Switch, just in case like I got stuck up there for some reason or something along those lines. If I got like poisoned and I couldn't find a grass, just in case, you know. Ultra Ball, you know, standard searching card. Cassius, because sometimes you would just have a random Pokemon with energy, with a random Dragonite with energy and a Muscle Band, and it has a bunch of damage on it with no energy on it, so you could just get that back in the deck, you know, or like some energy on it. I really should have played Max Potion. I just want to say that again. 2 Colress, 4 N because, well, I kind of expected to be starting off with the not so good. 3 Juniper because I didn't really want to discard everything on 1 Shadow Triad. Just basically get the G booster, another Colress energy, or another Genesect, depending. I did use them like most of my games, honestly. Actually, I only used to have my games, but I usually mostly used it for another Genesect. So I feel like I'm gonna switch this count around a little bit. 3 Skyla, searching out stuff is nice. Muscle Band, 8 Grass Energy, 3 Lightning Energy, so I can run into more. And this is the deck, you know. I would actually play this deck, but I don't know. You know, it's been 15 minutes already. I don't know. I'm hungry. Yeah, screw it, let's play. Yeah, some of you guys are probably bored to death by now, but alright, let's play. You guys probably came here to see, not to hear me ramble, but you guys came to hear me play. So, let's play. Of course, we have to save it because I was just editing it. Alright, play. Alright, I will have to say this though. Did I feel like I made the right decision in playing this deck at regionals? Yes, I did, because the only other option was play Blastoise or VerGenNite. I didn't really feel like I would be totally comfortable with that just yet. And my other option was actually I think Garchomp was also an option, but I didn't want to use Rick Candy. Another option for me was the Atlantis deck that you guys seen me play before, but I didn't want to play it. You know, I didn't feel comfortable enough to play it. And, you know, I feel like I might have actually done better, but, you know, I completely, totally think that this deck just needs some fine-tuning. I'm definitely going to take out the Raichu and put in more items, but this is, card for card, the deck. My opponent's playing an EV deck, and that is fine. I don't have the best start in the world. My opponent's playing Plasma EVs, that is fine. Let's see, my opponent's going to use Plasma Ball, probably for... Probably for another... maybe an Eevee Pokemon, or maybe a Deoxys. Yep. Just as I say Deoxys, that comes out. I love that. I'm just trying to decide what I want to do here. I could Juniper, but I don't want to do that. I'm just getting way too much resources, and I really don't want to do that too much. Honestly, I don't really need to do anything for the most part. I don't know why my opponent switched. My opponent probably should not have done that, I think. There really was no point in my opponent doing that. There really wasn't. My opponent's sacrificing an EV. He doesn't have to here. Oh, my opponent's going to be able to get a Espeon in play. My opponent could Psy Alert me, but I don't know about that. Basically, for your first turn with Reason, you just don't really need to do anything. All you really need to do is just attach per turn, and I think I'm going to go Color Stuff here. Take advantage of my opponent's large bench. I did get it somewhat decent hand for next turn. Hopefully I can get a Raichu or something along those lines. The beautiful thing with Dragonite, you don't really, with this Dragonite deck, you don't need exactly Dragonite to be in play to actually use it, you know? Actually, if anything, you'd rather have a Genesect on the bench, or a Raichu, or a Pikachu on the bench, or a Mr. Mime, something along those lines. Opponent actually was not sacrificing Eevee because the Eevee was not getting destroyed just yet. My opponent gets 2 Fire Energy. That's not very good for me, because that means my opponent's going to be trying to get a Flareon into play. It's not very nice. The opponent's be hitting me for 100 damage right off the bat. Holy crud. Oh, because all the freaking... I'm just going to straight up Juniper here. Because my opponent didn't really use support last turn. I actually just lost the game. I hit him for 20, and he knocks me out. Oh, that sucks. Wow. I'm gonna use Super Scoop Up. I actually did use this several times, and it worked to me, and I can just scoop for the game. It's so much fun to, like, just scoop like that. Uh, Actually, a funny story about that. One of the games, I did scoop. I flipped heads. I collected my cards, and I just sat there for a minute. And then my opponent just realized, wait a minute, you have no Pokemon left in the field. I'm like, yep. And then they said in my hand, we both like, good game. We both laughed a little bit. Do I want to play? Nah. If it was early in the day or later in the day where I ate, maybe, but nah. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, even though it was mostly just me talking about the deck. So please like, subscribe, and all that silly stuff, and I shall see you guys next time.